just arrived at the Lyons Lake. I'm in the Lyons Creek trailhead. First time in the mountains this year. It's warm. It's going to be in the 80s today. It's going to be over 100 down in Sacramento. But at least I'm up here. I'm going to be heading off on that trail there. Well, I'm almost ready to get going. Here's Lyons Creek. And way back yonder, there's Pyramid Peak. I'm going to be right at the base of that, right on the right side, right in between the two trees in the middle of the picture there. That's where Sylvia Lake is. Oh, greetings from the trail. Here I am on the trail heading to Sylvia Lake. This is the Lyons Creek Trail, it's called. I haven't been up here with so many bugs in so long. Last year I did a lot of early backpacking. It is the end of June right now. Last year I did 3 or 4 trips by this time. But it was a really weak rain year. So there wasn't a lot of water up here last year. This year it was pretty good here. And there are so many bugs up here. Got 1 mosquito bite already. But we'll see. It's looking pretty. There are wildflowers everywhere. We'll see what kind of condition I'm in. It's very hot. It's going to be in the mid-80s today. Around 104 in Sacramento today, where I drove up from. Got some new gear. Got this tiny little Osprey backpack. I don't know if that does any good. A 38-liter pack. I've never taken such a small pack. And this is just a 2-night trip. And boy, let me tell you, this pack is full. And I got to come up with other ways of putting stuff on the outside to make it better. But it's very comfortable. I like the way this thing is constructed. I got some gloves so my hands don't get so fried. I got new pants that actually fit my body. And I'm going to try the long pants thing today, even though it's really hot. So far, it's not bad. Got to put sunscreen on, so my arms are going to fry. But everything else is pretty well covered. Anyway, I'm on the trail. Yay! Pretty, huh? Oh, I just got startled. I kind of tripped over my boots and heard this horrendous commotion nearby. And it was scary. But it was a large deer that was napping in the meadow corn back there and got up to its feet and ran across the creek real fast. But scared me. I didn't know what it was. It was very close too. Well, I made it this far. I'm really not doing well. Very tired. And heat stroke, and it's really hot out here. And a lot of skeeters. A lot of things are slowing me down. And I'm going real slow. Going about, well, maybe 1.5 miles per hour. Maybe only 1 mile an hour. But I can check my map now that I know where I am exactly. See how far I really have to go. Tired. Oh, I had a couple of guys coming down saying that lots of mosquitoes everywhere, difficult crossings, difficult creek crossings, and then a couple of women come down 165 saying, oh no, mosquitoes aren't bad at all. Oh, the crossings aren't bad, just take off your boots, walk. No problem. I don't like doing that. Then it considered me that her toes are probably only 1/2 inch long. Mine are 1.5 inches long, and they can break easily on slimy rocks. Anyway, gotta do more hiking. I'm just near the border of Desolation Wilderness and have turned down to look at the creek here. The creek is magnificent. It just doesn't cover it. There are pools everywhere. Look at these gorgeous little pools. Look at that little spot there just for doing laundry. You just put your clothes in there and walk away for a while, come back and they're clean. Unfortunately, there is nothing similar to a campsite around here, but I'm going to look around, see if I find one. If I do, I'm staying here because I am tired and I like it here. It's nice. Okay, let's see what we find. Well, I fantasized about camping near the creek by that beautiful granite area, but there just was no place to camp down there. I just now took a pack off break because I'm moving slow, I'm tired, and I decided to eat a little bit and dry off again. Doing pretty well. I'm maybe 1.5 miles away from the lake. I'm going to still look for alternatives. Possibly camping at the creek crossing. I remember it was kind of flat over there last time I was there. Oh, the bugs found me finally. Okay, it's time to get going, I guess. But I wanted to point out the first sighting of snow. A lot lower than last year. Well, that was my creek crossing right there. Actually, not right there. Right here. I leaped off of that sharp little edge there and landed on the smooth rock just beyond. It was about the best I could do. I mean, the most that I could do. I decided a little while ago that I was not going to do a wet crossing because I was starting to cramp up a little bit, and I was afraid that I'd get in the water and my legs would, just seize up. Can't have that. So I leapt across this thing. Whoa, was that scary? Doing all the calculations in my mind, telling me that I could do it. Yeah, but you got to worry about those calculations because I'm getting older. Some of those calculations are based on being much younger. I'm also very tired. I got very little sleep last night, and I got a backpack on me. All of that, I still was sure that I could do it, and I did. I jumped across, got across just fine, and both calves cramped up on landing a little bit. I was able to release before it got really bad, and now I'm across, and I'm fine. Some people say that the other creek crossing is going to be difficult too, but I find that hard to believe. This wasn't impassable. It was hard. On I go. Well, here's the second creek crossing. I walked straight across it. Those guys I saw earlier today, they're sissies. Can't believe they said you had to get wet to cross this. Whatever. I'm getting real close, feeling real good. Haven't seen anybody for a while now. Thought there'd be more day hikers coming down. Hope there's not backpackers up here. Oh dear. Trail is getting soggy. Seeing quite a few mosquitoes out here. Seeing a lot of snow. I think last year when I was up here in late May, I think the first chunk of snow that I saw was right here. But I've seen quite a bit of snow on the way up. Man, is it soggy, and boy, is there a lot of bugs floating around. I wandered off the trail there in case you weren't paying attention. I'm really tired. I'm really impressed I got this far. I really didn't think I was going to make it this far. I was looking for campsites along the creek several different times and was never satisfied. I can't handle throwing up a tent right next to the trail. And those are the only decent tent spots I saw were within view of the trail. Too bad, because the water down there is just amazing. Beautiful granite sheets with the water just splashing all over the place, running real fast and real thin in the flat zones, kicking up. It's just beautiful. Maybe I'll stop by on the way back. Oh, I'm exhausted. I've got to turn off the camera. Stop talking. Well, there's a new tent set up, and not the best place, but it'll have to do. It's getting dark. Campsite is not the greatest. There's this wonderful throne rock here that has a great seat that I've got a bunch of stuff on. And there's my water bag over there and such, and here is the lake, and it's quite magnificent. There's a lot of snow up here. When I came up and the sun was still on the snow, it was so bright. But anyway, take a little tour here. Okay, this is all the good stuff. The bad stuff is, this is one of the worst days I have ever had on a trail. There's a gazillion skeeters around here, and there seems to be fish jumping. I got here, okay, I got over the tough river creek crossings all right, and I was kind of cramping up as I was going, and it got worse. I got here, and I stopped moving, and I cramped up all over the place. I just cramped up everywhere. I have to keep pacing because the mosquitoes will come and get me if I sit in one place too long. But I'll try it anyway. I'm so tired. I had to set up the tent. Set up my tent and then put my pad in there and make sure that everything was situated all right, and lay down on the pad, and I swear it was not easy getting up. So I cramped up all over the place. My toes were cramping, the arch of my foot was cramping, my calves were cramping big time. Little muscles in my chest. I got to the point where my calves were just so locked up that I'm yelling in pain. And it got to the point where I said that, if anyone can hear me, I could really use some help here. But I got the lake to myself tonight. So no one heard me, no one came over to massage my dirty calves. That's a shame, because I really could have used it. But the next best idea seemed to be to drink some water, and because I was almost out of water when I got here too. Drank a lot of water today, much more than I usually do. I nibbled some food, and literally I just threw some nuts and some berries into my mouth and tried to chew. My mouth was too dry. Throw some water in there, get it down, and in 5 minutes or so I started to get better. And then I went along with my work. I'm tired. I'm just sitting in my chair here for one last little resting period. Then I'm going into the tent and I'm gonna fall asleep, I think. I am so tired. I couldn't quite force all of my beef stroganoff down, but most of what was left was liquid. It's hanging in a tree right now. It's an incredibly exhausting day. Oh, just as I was taking a break during eating, turned off all the lights, and I was just going to stand up and pace around a little bit. And then I decided to look around and see if there was anybody camped here, see if there was any other lights around. I didn't think there were, but I looked up that way, which is probably one of the main creeks coming down from Pyramid Peak, and I saw lights. And this is 9 o'clock or so, and 9:30, and it's dark. It's pitch dark. Two guys on headlamps making their way down from the mountain, I assume. Just in case they were in trouble, I went their way a little bit and turned on my headlamp blinker so they could see that there were people here. And when they got close enough, I yelled out if they were okay, and they were okay. So I guess they're heading back to their car down at the trailhead, which is another 5 miles hiking in the dark. Man, some people are really adventurous. That's not going to be me. Comfy in the tent, finally. I take forever to get situated, especially since I got a brand new tent here and things are unfamiliar. The tent seems to be just fine so far. Haven't seen any rain or anything, but it's pretty comfy and it's light. I really like that. It's 1.5 pounds, I think, and it's tall. It's tall enough so you can sit up in it pretty easily. And that's kind of important to me. I'm so tired. It's warm in here. It's 64 degrees. It was 57 outside the tent before I came in. All I have on is a pair of briefs and some socks and this t-shirt and this little beanie. And my sleeping bag is to the side at the moment. It's that warm. So it's going to be interesting tonight. I hope I'm not. I have a 30-degree quilt, and I sleep very warm. So I'm going to be hot. Problem with that is I'll cover up, and anything that's under the down will be nice and toasty warm, perhaps too toasty warm. And to regulate, I'll have to put some pieces of me outside to cool off. We'll see. It's been a rough day. I'm really beat up. My calves are, I feel like steel bands right now. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time just massaging tomorrow. I took a 600 milligram Motrin and I just keep drinking, and I think that's helping. But I beat myself up today. I threw myself out on this trip knowing that I really wasn't ready for it yet. It was my first hike of the year. I would have preferred to do a couple of steep mountain hikes in altitude first, but the 4th of July weekend's coming, and I'm not going to be up here 4th of July week because it's just always so busy up here. In fact, I got the lake to myself tonight, and it's booked up tomorrow. 10 people are going to be here tomorrow and the next day. But got it all to myself right now, and it's very peaceful here. I don't know if you can hear the frogs in the distance, but I can. And there is thunderous running water everywhere. It's just, it's like the soundtrack of the lake. Everywhere you go, there's thunderous running water coming from more than one direction. There's a lot of water running around right now. There's a creek coming from a lake above this that just runs right by here, and then there's all these little rivulets from snow melting, because there's piles of snow all over the place. And I'm babbling. I don't mean to be. I'm not going to put all this up on YouTube. Yeah. All right, so that's it. Signing off. 11 p.m. Good night. My view in the morning. The morning is amazing. This place is just beautiful. It's gonna be hot. The sun is hot already. It's about 8:30. Lots of fish here. Oh, that guy's a beauty. Well, it's almost noon and there's still skeeters out here. So I ain't going to the water. I really wanted to ice down my calves because they just got so wrecked yesterday. And I'm thinking about leaving today. It's oppressive. Thinking about leaving, but my legs aren't in very good shape for hiking, so I came up with a clever adaptation here. I'm icing my calves on the snow. Clever, huh? I'm feeling a lot better today, but I didn't get a lot of sleep last night again, and there's just too many mosquitoes here. There's bugs everywhere. It's oppressive. You can't, you either have to cover yourself in repellent, or you have to go in the tent. I took a nap in the tent for a while. That felt nice, but you come right back out, and there's lots of bugs again. Anyway, man, it's pretty here, though. My legs are getting very cold. Better tend to this. Usually when I come up here backpacking, I'm at my best. I always have a great time. Even if it's really hard, if it's really hot, I just manage to enjoy the environment so much that it overcomes all kinds of other obstacles. Mosquitoes isn't one of those, and I'm having a hard time. I'm going to get out of here. It's really frustrating. It's a nice breeze blowing right now. There's no skeeters around, but when it stops, all of a sudden there'll be a swarm on me. And you know it's going to be bad in the evening, and you know it's going to be bad in the morning. I don't know if I can handle it, and I'm thinking really seriously, like 90% seriously, of packing up and getting out of here, leaving at 3 o'clock. It's 1:45 now. And maybe leaving the option open to finding a spot lower down, even though I looked pretty hard for a spot lower down. Didn't see anything. The mosquitoes aren't nearly as bad lower down. There's a lot of water around here. A lot. This is the worst. In this area, right around the lake, this is the worst in the whole area. So, damn. It's upsetting. Because frankly, it sucks. This trip has sucked. And I have never said that before, backpacking. You can't really say that it sucked because I had a lot of good moments and I really enjoyed them, but it's been an uphill battle, and every now and then I get a swarm of mosquitoes around me or something and I just can't take it and have a little mini tantrum. It's not great. Anyway, that's the status now. Probably be heading down. Oh, yeah. Marmot running across the snow. And I can't imagine why. This is a huge snowfield. There's nothing there. Oops. What's he looking for? It's galloping. Pretty cool butterfly moth thing there. It's huge. And he ain't moving. Well, there's the creek crossing. I got over with no problem. I used my simple Spenco sandals and they gripped right onto my feet, no problem. It's not even 2 feet deep, maybe, water splashing up to my knees, just easy, no problem. The only issue is taking the boots off and drying off on the other side. But I'm done with that, so I'm gonna move on. I just love this creek. Still looking for a campsite. Still fantasizing of staying here one more night. But only if it's not buggy and it's a nice campsite. We'll see. Sure is pretty. God, look at that pool. See that pool? Look at that real close. Zoom in. Look at that. 2 lovely little pools. One is whirling, the other is calmer over there. Nice. And this poor little tree is just minding its own business here. But it got taken down with a big guy.